Hello everyone, this is Munish. You are watching Crime Tak English. I welcome all of you to Crime Tak family, and I hope everyone in the family is doing well and fine. Now today I thought of sharing a very interesting crime story. But I'll stick to Sachin Vaze's story because there is a lot of developments. And today I'm going to disclose that who killed Mansukh Hiren and how was he killed. And my friends, if you remember, 3 days back I had said that it's only a matter of time when Sachin Vaze will be named as prime suspect in the murder case of Mansukh Hiren. And now things are pretty clear. And I can confidently say, based on the information which I've got from my sources, that on the instructions of Sachin Vaze, Mansukh Hiren was killed. And today, one by one, I will disclose the entire plot, how it was hatched, how it was conspired, who all were involved in the killing of Mansukh Hiren. So I spoke to my sources in the Maharashtra ATS who are probing this case, the death case of Mansukh Hiren. I spoke to my sources in Maharashtra Police and National Investigative Agency, and after getting that information, I'll be sharing you the details. Apart from some more updates about Sachin Vaze in this case, but that will be in the end of the video. First, I will share how Mansukh Hiren was killed, who killed him, and why was he killed. So, to kill Mansukh Hiren, Sachin Vaze formed a team. It is very interesting, my friends. So listen carefully. So like any officer, like any smart police officer, he decided to form a team. But this time it was for an illegal act, to kill an innocent person. And this innocent person was Mansukh Hiren, someone who was known to Sachin Vaze from last 8 years. So Sachin Vaze started his conspiracy. He formed a team of at least 3 to 4 people. And this team was given this task to eliminate Mansukh Hiren, to kill him. Now, what happened, my friends, is that first of all, Sachin Vaze wanted this plan to be foolproof so that there are no evidence left in this entire plan. And that is why he needed some cell phones and fake SIM cards. SIM cards registered on some number which cannot be traced back to a certain person. And that is when he contacted one of his sources in match fixing. The person was involved in betting. His name is Naresh Gore. Now that person was asked by Sachin Vaze to arrange some SIM cards. And why that person was asked about this? Because Sachin Vaze in past has helped this person, Naresh Gore, to go away with his illegal activity. He knew about it, but he allowed him to continue his illegal activities. You can say that he helped him in doing these illegal activities of betting in cricket matches. So Naresh Gore was known to Sachin Vaze. Sachin Vaze tasked him. Naresh Gore contacted another person in Gujarat, and 14 SIM cards were purchased. Now these 14 SIM cards were purchased by a person in Gujarat. Now that person is under detention of Maharashtra ATS, and those SIM cards were used in the killing of Mansukh Hiren. Now one SIM card was used by Sachin Vaze. Another SIM card was used by a person called Vinayak Shinde. Now this Vinayak Shinde is known to Sachin Vaze because Sachin Vaze and Vinayak Shinde have worked together when they were posted in Kandivali police station. But later on, Vinayak Shinde was arrested. Later on, he was found guilty and he was convicted. He was given life sentence by the court in the fake encounter of Lakhan Bhaiya case. And this Vinayak Shinde, being a police constable, being inside jail, he came out in last year May, on the grounds of COVID. So he came out of jail, and since then he was in continuous touch with Sachin Vaze. So Sachin Vaze used him. I don't know whether there was any promise made in exchange of using him in the murder of Mansukh Hiren, but definitely there were some meetings, and these meetings also took place in the month of February and in the month of March. And if I'm not wrong, and if I can rely on my sources, one of the meetings was inside the crime branch where Sachin Vaze was heading the crime intelligence unit. So there was a meeting, and Sachin Vaze asked Vinayak Shinde to eliminate Mansukh Hiren. It might sound like a film script, but this is what exactly happened. And he was given another SIM card. So Vinayak Shinde, on 4th of March, he called up Mansukh Hiren from using the fake SIM card. And when he called Mansukh Hiren, he told him that he's calling from Kandivali police station and he needs to meet for a very urgent work at Ghodbandar Road. So Mansukh Hiren, who at that point of time was in Thane, so he left for Ghodbandar Road. Ghodbandar Road comes in the same area. It's nearby Thane. So Mansukh Hiren met Sachin Vaze, and that point of time, it is believed that Sachin Vaze was with another 2 to 3 persons. And then Mansukh Hiren was taken to an isolated place. Now there is a little gap which my sources are not telling me at this point of time because it has become very sensitive, that where and how was he killed. But this part is, you can say that there is evidence for this part that Vinayak Shinde, with the help of 2 to 3 persons, they killed Mansukh Hiren. But before that, they forced him to write a suicide letter. In that suicide letter, they asked him to write that he is being harassed by police, he is being harassed by journalists, and he is especially being harassed by Sachin Vaze, the person who wanted him to be killed, the person who was known to him. They forced him write that Sachin Vaze is harassing him. He is calling him for investigation again and again because the Scorpio car belonged to Mansukh Hiren, and the very same car was found outside Mukesh Ambani's Antilia in Mumbai on February 25, and that is why Sachin Vaze is harassing. So basically, the plan was to make it look like a suicide case, and the blame should be on Sachin Vaze, that because of the harassment, Mansukh Hiren has committed suicide. But the other part was it that people will come to know that Sachin Vaze was on to Mansukh Hiren, and that is why he was calling him for the investigation. So it becomes very interesting, almost sounds like a Bollywood script. So he was forced to write that. Later on, he was killed, and then the body was thrown in the Thane Creek. It was on the 4th of March. And since 4th of March, he was missing. Next day, his body was fished out from the Thane Creek. And later on, because the person who killed those person staged it as a suicide case. And initially the report came that it's a case of suicide. But the Maharashtra ATS got some evidence, and then they got to know that it was the involvement of Sachin Vaze, on instruction of whom Mansukh Hiren was killed. It is still not clear that when he was being killed, Sachin Vaze was present at the time of his killing or not. And one more interesting fact, for this entire conspiracy, right from calling him to forcing him to write a suicide letter, there was one vehicle which was used. It was a Volvo car, Gujarat registered Volvo car, and that car has been seized and sent to the forensic lab at Kalina in Mumbai. So there are two crucial evidence. One is the SIM cards, the person who gave the SIM cards to Naresh Gore, a bookie, and then Vinayak Shinde, who is now under arrest of Maharashtra ATS in the murder case of this person called Mansukh Hiren. Now, the important part is why Mansukh Hiren was killed. So, what my sources are telling me that Mansukh Hiren from day one, he knew that his car has been used by Sachin Waze, and Sachin Waze is trying to frame him. But he was told that he will look like that, that he is questioning, but nothing much will happen because he is taking care of the investigation. He is an 8 years old friend, and he will not let anything happen to Mansukh Hiren. That is why Mansukh Hiren was, brought to the Crime Intelligence Unit on February 26. He came along with Sachin Waze, but later on there was multiple meetings between Sachin Waze and Mansukh Hiren, and those meetings were also caught in CCTV camera. So the one theory which I am quite convinced that if Sachin Waze is involved in this crime, then basically he never wanted the truth to come out, and because he knew that Mansukh Hiren may someday come out and tell the truth that it was Mr. Sachin Waze who used my Scorpio for 4 months, then he returned, then he himself stole the car. The car was in his possession, and then he parked it outside Mukesh Ambani's residence with explosives in it, and now he is framing me. So it became very important for Mr. Sachin Waze to make sure that he remains quiet, and to make it foolproof, to make it look like that it's a case of suicide. Because of harassment, Mansukh Hiren has committed suicide. He killed him. So this part at this point of time, according to sources, is that Sachin Waze, with the help of Vinayak Shinde, with the help of Naresh Gore, and with the help of 2 to 3 more people who might be from the police force, that they were involved in killing of Mansukh Hiren, and the reason was because they wanted him to keep quiet. Now, apart from that, another interesting fact and development is a fake Aadhaar card, which Sachin Waze used while he was staying at Trident Hotel in Mumbai. Now, before going to that part of the story, just one more development, that now Maharashtra ATS will try to seek custody of, Sachin Waze, and then they will disclose the entire plot. But also the interesting fact is that NIA wants to take over the case of Mansukh Hiren murder case, and they have already, MHA has issued a notification, and they are asking Maharashtra ATS and Maharashtra government to give that case. But ATS on the other side, they are saying that we have solved the case. Nothing more you can do. Just give us the custody of Sachin Waze. So there is a bit conflict. No matter who takes on the investigation, but the important part is that the truth should come out. And whatever my friends have told you, this is based on sources. Till the time court doesn't find guilty, every person is innocent. So we don't know what exactly has happened. This is based on the evidence collected by the investigators and my conversation with my sources in the Maharashtra ATS, Mumbai Police, and apart from that, the National Investigative Agency. Now coming to the second part. Now Sachin Waze, and the timeline is going to be very important. Sachin Waze used a fake Aadhaar card to stay at Trident Hotel between February 16 to February 20. Now Trident Hotel, just to give a sense, it is in South Mumbai at Nariman Point, barely 2 to 3 kilometers from Mukesh Ambani's residence Antilia. And it is still not clear that why Sachin Waze was staying in that hotel using a fake Aadhaar card. And just for better understanding, I have the copy of that fake Aadhaar card. This is not very clear, my friends, but still you will get a sense that this Aadhaar card you are saying, this is a fake Aadhaar card, but the photograph is original. And the name written on this Aadhaar card number 78252857522 is Sushant Sadashiv Khamkar. Now this is a name. Instead of using his original name, he used this name. And date of birth is June 15, 1972, whereas his original date of birth is February 22, 1972. So he used this fake Aadhaar card, and then he checked into the Trident Hotel. And why it becomes important? Because remember, my friends, the timeline. February 16, he checked into Trident Hotel. February 17, the Scorpio car was stolen. And 5 days after he checked out from the hotel, on February 25, the same car was parked outside Mukesh Ambani's residence. So because it was very close to Mukesh Ambani's residence, where allegedly Mr. Sachin Waze parked the Scorpio car, he wanted to stay nearby. He never wanted his footprints to stay in a digital space, and that is why he used a fake Aadhaar card. These details are still to be known, but I thought this is a very interesting development and I should share with you. So that is all for today. I have given you how Sachin Waze was killed, how how Mansukh Hiren, the friend of Sachin Waze, was killed, why was he killed, and who all were involved in the killing of Mansukh Hiren, and the other part about the using the fake Aadhaar card, being a policeman using a fake Aadhaar card. So, it becomes doubly criminal, you can say, in nature. So that's all for today. If there are any more developments in the story, I will share you the details. In between, if you have any doubt, you want me to ask any question, if you want me to tell you any crime story, do let me know in the comment box. Apart from that, if you have any suggestion for me, please feel free to drop whatever your suggestion is in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching this.